Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the ballot is now set for August general election following Tuesday's county primaries. We'll bring you a video from this week's Special Olympics, and Jim will speak with Tullahoma's new acting police chief. Tullahoma has once again received the Tree City USA designation, and the city recognizes some state archery champions. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
The day the Lord created hope could be the same day He created spring.
Springtime's here. It's a good time to get our air conditioners checked out before those hot summer days get here. We've been here for a little over 35 years. It's been our pleasure to serve our community. We'd like to thank you for Tullahoma's finest, and from all of us to all of you.
Thank you!
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. County primaries were held across the state on Tuesday. Former Coffee County Mayor David Pennington easily won over John Constantine in the Democratic primary in Coffee County by 1,148 votes to 328 votes. Pennington will oppose current Coffee County Mayor Gary Cordell in the August general election. Cordell defeated Republican challenger Mark Allen 2,881 to 1,169. Coffee County Sheriff Steve Graves was unopposed in the Democratic primary and will face Republican Chad Parton in the general election. Incumbent Register of Deeds Donna Toney claimed a narrow victory over challenger Chris Elam in the Republican primary and will face Democrat Teresa Wright in the August general election.
The annual Special Olympics was held Tuesday at Wilkins Stadium in Tullahoma. CJ Henry and Andrew Todd brings us the story.
After being postponed the week before due to inclement weather, the annual area Special Olympics got underway under beautiful sunny skies.
The Special Olympics flag is being carried by Ryan Archibald of Lynchburg Elementary and Sergeant Griffin. Please welcome them. Joining us now is Colonel Raymond Briggs.
Special Olympics transforms lives through the joy of sports every day, everywhere. For more than 43 years, Special Olympics has been spreading the message that people with intellectual disabilities can and will succeed when given the chance.
Please welcome them. Again, they've been running all morning, bringing our torch and representing the Area 13 Special Olympics. They'll be bringing the torch to Darius Battles and Sergeant Griffin. He is not messing around. Darius Battles and Sergeant, I don't know if Sergeant Griffin can keep up with Darius. He's almost around. Continue to cheer him on. There it is, it's lit. Now we want to welcome Susie Foster, the Special Olympics Area 13 Director. Good morning, Susie.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody that came out today. Give yourselves a hand.
So I need you to give us that oath as loud as you can and as excited as I know you are. You guys ready? Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Incredible.
I'm speaking with Suzanne Foster, who is the new area director for the Special Olympics. How has this experience been for your first year coming on and undertaking this task?
It's been just a joy to watch all these athletes and enjoy their events and winning and getting their medals and their ribbons. They've been so excited.
Oh yes,
so.
And just to see, yeah, their faces are, everybody is just beaming with happiness
and
today.
We did have a lot of volunteers show up that we weren't expecting. So
that's always great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
Always great. We can have more hands on deck.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Just briefly, what was your motivation to say, hey, I'd like to step up and take on this?
My motivation was I didn't want it to go away, and that was what was happening.
Yeah.
So. Yes, I knew that they told me if nobody stepped up, it was in the newspaper.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't imagine this not being available to the athletes. So I said, if you haven't got anybody, I guess I'll do it. So here I am.
Oh, well, Suzanne, we can't thank you enough for stepping up and giving your time and your effort, and all the volunteers who are here, and not just here, from the entire region in the area.
All 5 counties.
Yes. And I know there is a website you had plugged with us last week. Is there a website if people want any other information?
Well, you can get on, we're on Facebook for Tennessee Area 13, Tennessee Special Olympics Area 13. Or if anybody needs to connect with me, we have an email address, which is tn13@outlook.com.
Excellent,
Sorry.
excellent. No, that's great, that's great. And so if any folks, want to get on board for next year, help out.
We have events all year round.
That's right, that's right. So anyone needing any information, absolutely contact these great people. Suzanne, again, we can't thank you enough for the great work you're doing, and a great first year, and hopefully many more.
Yes.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6.
Kay and Greg Gillum have added another touch of excellence to their furniture business. Now a newly stocked 20,000 square foot Badcock Home Furniture and More location in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, and offering the same friendly professional service with the best prices on name brand products like their sister store in Winchester, Tennessee has for years. Visit the new Tullahoma location and shop name brand bedroom suites, electronic department with computers, tablets, 4K televisions, and accessories. A large, complete appliance center to fit the style of any household. Beautiful selection of rugs that complement any person's taste. A variety of living room combinations, all in one large showroom. That's right, Badcock Home Furniture and More has added a new location. 373 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Offering special prices year-round. Financing is always available. Speedy delivery to your home or office. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 5 p.m. Call 931-222-4353.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Can you imagine a world without beauty, without color, without creativity, without art? Neither can we. Keep arts alive and experience all kinds of arts and crafts at the first annual Arts Alive Tullahoma on the lawn of the newly renovated grounds of the South Jackson Civic Center, May 26th and 27th. For details, visit TullahomaArtsCouncil.com and come spend the day at our fun, family-oriented art festival.
Welcome back. I spoke recently with Tullahoma Police Captain George Marsh, who just took over this week as acting police chief.
I started with the Tullahoma Police Department in 2004. And I worked all 3 shifts. Primarily spent my time on the 3rd shift, the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift.
Did you like that shift?
I did.
Did you?
I was used to that shift. It was a shift where you can really show your proactivity on shifts like that. You get out, that's your security shift. That's where you get out and you're protecting, you're checking the buildings. You're looking for suspicious activity. There's a lot less traffic on the road, so you have more time to concentrate on security aspects of the law enforcement job.
I guess police officers spend a fair amount of time in court, don't they?
They do, and that's one of the better aspects of the job, really. You're your job is not complete until you finish that in court. I always said, of course, the most important part of your job, if you make that arrest, if you take that person's freedom away from them, and you've got to go to court and prove that against that person, your job is not complete until you have finished that court session.
Okay. So do you have to prepare for those, or is that just...
You start preparing from the time that you decide to make a stop or to approach someone. You're preparing from that point all the way to the end.
So are you in city court, or are you in circuit court, or...
We go all three courts. We
have
courts in general sessions, juvenile court, city court in Tullahoma, general sessions in circuit, and in Coffee County. Plus we also cover parts of Franklin County. We have to appear in court in Franklin County also.
That's right, yeah. Because part of Tullahoma is in Franklin County. So,
yes, sir.
So I guess that makes it kind of interesting, I would imagine.
It does, because you got two separate jurisdictions that you're working with, and of course everyone's different in some ways. So you have to learn the different people and their different aspects of how they do their jobs there.
Obviously, if you've been a police officer for 14 years, it's something you like to do.
Well, yes, sir. I actually started in 1991 as a law enforcement officer here in Tennessee with the Bedford County Sheriff's Department, and I transferred over here in 2004.
Yeah. Do you live here in Tullahoma? Or you live in
I live on the outskirts of Tullahoma in the Ross community.
Ross community, I know very well where that is. Yeah. Okay. So, have you seen in your 14 years, have there been a lot of changes made in the way police officers work or things?
It changes daily. I would say it changes daily. The day that you don't learn something is the day you might want to give it up. Because every day is a learning experience in law enforcement. Laws change. They don't completely change. There's just aspects of that law that change. Laws are added, laws are taken away, and you have to continuously keep yourself up on those laws.
To be a Tullahoma police officer, tell us a little bit about what sort of training a person has to have.
First of all, you're 21 years old to be applicable for a job with Tullahoma Police Department. You have to be certified through the Post Commission, which is you have to either go to one of the post-accredited academies in the state of Tennessee. From that point on, you have to have at least 40 hours a year of in-service, which is the typical training. We generally have 45 to 54 hours of training. Some officers have a lot more. We have some specialized training. We have officers right now that are getting ready to go to what's advanced roadside impairment schools, which helps them with their roadside impairments, their DUIs, or driving under influence of alcohol and or drugs, where they can go in and learn different aspects of how to get that done. We got some people going to child safety seat schools. We got that coming up. Those are all specialized schools. Those are not mandated through the state of Tennessee. We got some officers that are right now in the process of training to be taser instructors. We just got one that was a chemical instructor, which is the freeze, the pepper spray.
Right.
So we're getting some instructors in the department to whereas we can self-sufficiently train ourselves instead of having to go outside the department to get those kind of specialized trainings on the equipment that we use and the chemicals we use.
So what you just said, I think, was you go to the school, which I guess gets you certified.
Post-accreditation, yes.
Yeah, but then you've got to have this continuing education of 40 hours.
40 hours a year is minimal. Okay. Well, in that 40 hours, you have to have child abuse training. You have to have mental illness training. Fair and just policing is just being announced to it. We also have to do that. 8 hours at least of firearms training. We try to do at least 16 hours of firearms training every year.
Are there instances that you might answer as a police officer that are perhaps more volatile than others or more dangerous than others?
Well, a lot of officers will consider the domestic violence situations as a more volatile situation. Anything we do, we're putting ourselves in the middle of someone else's situation. We really don't know what exactly you're walking into when you walk into one of those. Our job is to secure it, to make it safe, and to try to help everyone that's involved in that situation.
Right. George, thank you so much for coming back. I know you're going to do a great job in this position right now, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
More news is coming up in a moment.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. Local forester Stephen Rogers spoke last week about the Tree City USA designation that Tullahoma has once again earned, and also presented the Tullahoma Utility Authority with the Tree Line Award.
I am here to present the City of Tullahoma with the Tree City USA Award, and to Tullahoma Utility Authority with the Tree Line USA Award. This will be the 21st award for Tree City here in Tullahoma, and the 7th year for Tullahoma Utility Authority. But before we get started and before we present those, I'd like to make two challenges. I had the opportunity to drive through and actually pay attention to the city of Tullahoma up and down the streets. And it's like the mayor said, we're pretty privileged here in the city. I mean, you go places down and around and you see a lot of the businesses that have already started planting trees in their area, and that is awesome. And that's just like Vision Source here, and that is a really great thing to see. And it's like the mayor said, if you do get to fly over it, you get to see just how much canopy that we have. But my first challenge is this: as we're going around, if we're driving around town, or even if we're just looking up on Google Earth, take the opportunity to pay attention to some of these areas that are businesses that may have not had the opportunity to plant trees yet, or we have these large concrete and asphalt surfaces that we could probably help persuade the planting of trees in their parking lots. That's my first challenge, because I know that we can do it, and I know the city can do it. And let's tap into those resources that we have to help in this. Just like the tree board, I know on the Tullahoma website they have a list of trees on there that they recommend. Let's use that. Let's also look at TUA's list that goes along with the right tree for the right place. And also, if you don't, as a last resource, I hope not a last resource, but you know, also contact the Division of Forestry, where we can help with management skills and the planting of some of these places with our trees as well. Just as a side note, we do have 5,000 to 7,000 trees that we're looking to distribute to folks. So if you're interested in it, just give us a call and we'll be more than glad to do that. But we're also looking at that as a possible way to not only maintain the urban forest that we already have, but it's also a great way to expand our urban forest here in the city of Tullahoma. So I know that if you get a chance, take a look at that, and I guess, you know, let Ralph know, or the mayor's office or whatever, and that way that maybe some kind of work can be done with those areas. The second one that I want to challenge folks, and this is going to be a little more difficult, but it's a problem that is across the entire state. And it is we want folks to help stop the progression of invasive plants and trees that we have. These things creep in without us knowing it, and then eventually it takes over an area. For instance, like species of tree of heaven, which I will tell you is not too heavenly, okay? That thing is a bad menace. Privet, mimosa, Japanese honeysuckle. English ivy, and those kind of species that will just take over not only along our creeks and streams, but also in vacant lots that we might have around. But I believe, though, that this task can be accomplished in the city if we really work at it hard. Now, I know I've said it in times past that there is a lot of time and a lot of effort that goes into all of this for the year. It's not just about filling out a piece of paper and sending it back to Nashville and that we get recognized for that. It's not like that. And so there's so many that works on this that they kind of get blended into the background. They don't get recognized as often, you know. So I want to say thank you to the tree board here, the mayor and alderman, Tullahoma Utility Authority, and all of the citizens of the city of Tullahoma for making this possible. Not only in helping the city maintain that urban forestry canopy that we have, but we also push to have the expand that urban forestry canopy as well. So it gives me great pleasure for this year, like I said, for the 21st time, if Ralph and the tree board would come up, I will present the Tree City USA Award, and the mayor, if you would. And also Monty and the TUA, if you would, I'll present the Tree Line USA Award.
We'll be right back in a moment.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jerry Harris. I've been providing communication services throughout the United States since 1985. But instead of me telling you about the services I provide, I'll let some of my clients speak for me.
Hi, I'm Nancy Jernigan with Coffee County Realty and Auction Company. Jerry came to see us some time back, and even though we weren't ready for our phone system, he looked at our bill and he saved us over $200 a month. When we get ready for our new phone system, I'm sure we will be calling Jerry.
Host My Calls is by far the best service I have ever placed with any of my clients. It provides cost-saving solutions while providing great communications. Call me today, 931-581-4411. See how Host My Calls can save you.
Welcome back. The East Lincoln Elementary State Archery Champions were recognized at last week's City Board meeting. Let's watch.
And we have with us tonight two individuals that are certainly worthy of recognition. We have some state champions with us tonight. So let me ask, is Coach Hargrove here, Coach Hale here? Yeah. See Coach Hale. You might step into the podium and give us a little briefing as to what these two young people did, please, sir, and ask the two young people to join you as well.
First of all, thank you so much for having us. And without the support of the school board, of Lawson, Mr. Hargrove, we wouldn't be where we are today. Both of these young people. The one, Chambers, a fourth grader who's been shooting since third grade, shot a .281 this year to win the state championship. There were 267 boys that competed in the tournament. He ended up number one. There were 942 elementary, middle school, high school, and elementary boys, and he was 23rd overall. Wow. So we've got one. He also shot in a 3D tournament. Our team placed first in the team event, Bullseye, and the team event 3D, and he finished second in the state in the 3D tournament also. Olivia Spencer's been shooting since third grade, so this is her third year to shoot with us. In third grade, she was the #1 archer, third grader 4th grade, the #1 archer in the state in 4th grade. And once again in 5th grade, out of 251 elementary girls, she finished first again.
All right.
Well, another accomplishment she had, we shot in the 3D, and she finished first also in the 3D tournament, so she's a 2-time state champion this year. Not only are they very talented in archery, but they're both all A honor roll all year long.
Oh, all right. We're so proud of both of them and all the students that you work with during the course of the school year to get them where they are today. We love recognizing achievement. And these two young people are representative of some great students.
Very dedicated and work hard. As I tell most people, we practice 5 mornings a week, open gym, free to come. They don't have to come, but we have about 18 or 20 come every morning at 7 o'clock. And these two come every morning.
Wow.
Here, 1, 2, 3. Shift over a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Big, bigger, and even bigger. Russell Barnett has any size truck for any size need. Chevrolet, Ford, GMC, Ram. Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com. Our selection is so huge, we may need our own zip code. So my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1928 at 88 degrees. The record low was in 1961 at 36 degrees. The average high on this day is 74, and the average low is 51. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 67. Partly cloudy weather with perhaps some rain in the evening on Friday with a high of 81 and a low of 63, and rain in your forecast for Saturday with a high of 75 and a low of 56. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a fantastic weekend. Thank you.